Yes, we are proud and free. Thank you for coming to the show. Three Conservative Gimps tonight. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of stuff happening, not just around the country and the world, but here in Colorado, we got some blockbuster shit going on here. You guys won't believe what our Democrat legislature is up to. So, thank you for coming. Let's get over here to chat. And we got one person in the chat. And Uncle Bill's Tribe. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Sit back and enjoy the show. Charles is going to be a little late tonight. He's, I don't know, got something going on, so he'll be with us shortly. So let's welcome all the way from Muskogee, Oklahoma. It's the effervescent, the man with the dulcet tones. It is Lloyd Mendenhall. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, well, thank you, Art. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired today. Another 9+ hour day, and it is cold and windy today. I mean, really friggin' windy.
It has been, it's been windy here. We've been under high fire alerts for 2 days.
Yeah,
we had brush fires.
We had a big windstorm just a few days ago. Today, went to get gas, put my gas cap on the trunk lid, and went to go pump. It was so windy, it blew that off my car, and I had to go chase it around the parking lot to get it. Yeah, can you imagine a handicapped guy like me trying to grab that thing?
Well, as a suggestion, when you open up your door, there's an extra piece of metal there.
Yes.
Do you have that on yours?
Yes, I do have that on there. Don't know if mine will fit on there because mine is an aftermarket gas cap. Because when I first got the car, I go, wow, there's a check engine light on it. And maybe it's a gas cap. Because sometimes that will trip your
the
car
check engine light come on. Yeah. It loses because it's a pressurized system. Yeah, right. Bill, I've been to the groomers, so yeah.
Yes.
It's been blowing and going here. It was a little cooler today. Yesterday was beautiful. Today I had to put a jacket on, but yesterday I got out short sleeve shirts and just because I had to go up to Tulsa to my drug dealer. I'm a pain management doctor.
Oh, pain management. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, today we only got into the mid-30s, and tomorrow we will be below freezing.
Yeah, well,
28, and it's going to snow tomorrow.
Well, we've got cooler, damper weather coming in tonight into tomorrow because I think today's the last day of the fire warning. But the panhandle of Oklahoma, all 3 counties up there were just burned all to hell with brush fire, and they've declared a state of emergency there, and been some firefighters injured and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow.
But, we get brush fires here in Oklahoma, and they can.
Oh yeah, same here in Colorado.
Well, yeah, like out there in western or in out there on the plains in eastern Colorado over by Kansas. Yeah, you get the brush going there. But so.
Well, let's welcome all the way from New York, the state, not the city. It's Charles Skoleski. Welcome, welcome. With this Marlboro shirt on.
Yes, I'm
rather dapper.
Sort of.
Yeah, and it looks like he's been to the groomer too. Did you get a haircut or just?
Yes, I did on Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah.
It's good.
Haircut, beard trim, new shirt. Yeah. Yes, sort of quasi Western with the denim and the faux pearl snaps.
Right. Yeah.
Shut up, Bill. We don't want to hear about your warm weather.
Yeah, it was only we were in the 70s. No, we weren't. I can't remember what our high was today. I think it was in the upper 60s, but
yeah, we were in the upper 60s last week.
it was 72. That was our official high, but yesterday was like 78, and there was very little wind, and so it was. I was running around like this all day yesterday, but today I had to get out and I had to put a jacket on because it was just a little nippy, just a little cool. So.
Well, let's talk about what our legislature is doing here in Colorado. Okay. And it says, all right, we got Senate Bill 26-097, which has been introduced to decriminalize commercial sexual activity among consenting adults statewide.
Can't we just call that the Happy Hooker Bill? And
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, here are the key points. It proposes repealing state criminal offenses related to prostitution and replacing the term prostitution with commercial sexual activity. Sounds nice, doesn't it?
You're right. Wasn't Bill. I wasn't running anywhere. I was waddling rather fast. So, yeah, it's funny. Here's something that a little bit of going back in years, but Arizona, Nevada had legalized prostitution and gambling, right?
Yeah.
Well,
but not in Las Vegas, though.
No, but in Clark County.
In Clark County, outside
of the that's where the range was at. Yeah.
That's
but anyways.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, the funny thing was California on their border, they had a form of gambling up there in the Tahoe area and across. Yeah. I think it's called lowball gambling. And so they had mild gambling in California, but they didn't have prostitution. But Arizona, we didn't have gambling, but we did have prostitution.
Oh, okay.
And it was legal. It was legalized prostitution. Because I never forget, we had gotten a new pastor in the Pentecostal church, and he was sitting over there, and he went in and got one of these little flyers that, it's like the thrifty nickel, the dandy dime, those type of things, right? Yeah. Well, he picked one up, and I didn't really look at it that closely. He's sitting out there waiting for his daughter and granddaughter to get through with their shopping. And he was, this guy was in his 70s, 60s maybe. And
oh dear.
Yeah, well, he's sitting there and he picks it up. He thought, well, I'm just going to read this. And all of a sudden, it's like, well, he got a couple of sermons out of that thing because he was like, oh my God. And he gets out and he's just a little bitty old bald headed guy. But he gets out, he's just madder than hops. And he goes in there and just, I can't believe you guys have pornography here. Cause it had every types of, yeah. And yeah. So, but yeah, so Colorado having it.
Yep. The
prostitute. Yeah.
Prosthetics. Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be the Paralympics?
No.
Okay.
No.
So here are the cons. The bill would prevent local governments from criminalizing commercial sexual activity, making the law uniform across Colorado. The bill currently is assigned to the State Judiciary Committee and has not yet to be voted. Okay.
Hey, Brian.
I'm trying to. Opponents are concerned about potential increases in human trafficking and exploitation, which is a big problem in Nevada as right now. So, and that's the downside to it. And also on another note, another big company leaving Colorado, going to Florida.
Oh?
Yep.
What company?
It's let me find that. out. It's Palatin or something like that.
Oh, thought it might be something, like Martin Marietta or somebody like that.
No.
But
Company.
they've got what is it, Holland, that they've got legalized prostitution?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they got to have license, they got to be licensed. And
Right.
but as far as the trafficking goes, yeah, that's a problem, because I know back when they're back in the Dakotas, when they were working on the pipeline and doing all that stuff, when they were going to bring it down from Canada before the Democrats got hold of it and axed it all.
Oh yeah, that'd be the Keystone XL.
Keystone, yeah. Well, when they were working on that, they were actually picking up these girls that were on reservations and kidnapping them, and then putting them in. There were trailers set up there, and I only know this because I know a guy that was working there. And plus, I'd read about the disappearance of a lot of Native American women, or girls were missing off the reservation, and they were being used as prostitutes for these guys that were working on the pipelines. That's another reason I think the Native Americans were pretty well dead set against the Keystone Pipeline, because it had already done some damage, But
Okay, I put in the chat the name of the company.
okay.
Yeah, Brian wants to know why the sign is askew.
Because I keep bumping it with my chair when I'm doing other things, and I forget to straighten it when when the show starts. I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah, so with the illustrious Democrats who control everything now, even city governments across Colorado are Democrat. I mean, Aurora is becoming a blue city now. It used to be pretty purplish.
Right.
I mean, when I lived there was only one liberal on the council and one kind of squishy Republican, and the rest were all solid conservatives. Yeah,
yeah, they're giving me shit tonight, Yeah, well, yeah, I think part of it stems from that smart ass remark that you put up about me not doing the show on Monday, and then Ty had to jump in on that, so it's like
so we're regulating the crap out of businesses and taxing the shit out of them, so they're starting to leave, and people are moving out of Colorado too, and that's why this apartment building I'm in, half the units are vacant.
Well, speaking of businesses, we got an IKEA store going into Tulsa. Will be the first one in Oklahoma. So, I think it's IKEA light. It's not going to be a full size. It's not going to be one of their jumbo stores, but it's going to be one of their not. It's going to be a mid-sized store. So,
okay, won't have a cafeteria.
Yes, it will. They will have that. Yeah, because they've been talking about. Yeah. But yeah, they've been discussing on the news. Yeah, that's what our news talk radio has been talking about. Meatballs.
Swedish. They do make a good Swedish meatball. I had some when I was in that Asian country that I won't talk about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
At the gigantic mall that we went to. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Which has the same initials as the one up in Minneapolis.
Okay. Yeah, and that just shows you we're still getting good business, coming into Oklahoma.
Yeah, well, because Oklahoma is
we are red. Yeah.
Business friendly.
Yep.
And you don't have state income tax, do you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
We
Florida doesn't have state income
yeah.
tax.
No, Florida and I think Texas doesn't have it either. So
And,
yeah,
and Tennessee, I
they've
believe.
they've talked. The governor was trying to push that through. I don't know if he'll get it through before the end of his term or not, because this is his last year in office. He gave his last State of the Union address or State of the State address the other day. So, but yeah, uh, one of the things that's been happening around Oklahoma is we've been having students walking out in protest of ICE.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And one of the counties or one of the school districts decided that it's over near Oklahoma City, but they decided that ain't going to happen. You're going to pay. There's a penalty to pay. So 120 students were suspended. Now,
Wow.
they got in school suspension, but they were suspended not for what they had to say. They said we'll never, but for the absences.
Yeah.
Because that they walked out in the middle of the school day, so they became truant, and so they got they got I don't know 5 days suspension in school suspension for the truancy. And the governor says that was the right thing to do. He says, but he says he goes what you need to do, he says, don't be truant. He says, stay in school.
Mm-hmm.
Come up, get yourself educated, and then and so that you can present your point in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
and but stand up for what you believe in. But truancy is not the way to do that. So.
Yeah, that's right. And this is all being generated by the teachers union.
Oh
It's
hell
all
yeah!
the teachers that are ginning up all this stuff. They don't give a crap about the kids getting an education.
No, they haven't for a long time.
Yeah.
My cousin's daughter, she's a teacher, and she's just, I don't know, she's gotten anymore. He and I talk about her, and all we can do is both of us just say, bless her heart.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, some of the delusional stuff that she says. And she's not stupid. She's a very intelligent. As a matter of fact, she teaches the STEM classes,
Right.
and I mean, she's really a bright young lady. Well, I say young. Well, she's in her 40s now, so she's younger than I am. That's for sure. But she has some really really weird ideas about
Right.
and she gets all of her information off from her fellow teachers or start a new trade school for prostitutes in Colorado.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll run it by hand.
What? Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say you got beauty colleges, and where people can go in and get discount haircuts, at the beauty college. Well, maybe they do the same thing there.
There you go, because
they're in training. They're apprentices, so
semen is good for the skin.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting a little too graphic for Charles, and he's like, "Oh God, what the hell is he talking?" Anyway, I wanted to share this
that all the time, anyways.
Yeah, I wanted to share this picture that I posted on Facebook, and it's gotten quite controversial. Here, let me take care of something here. Okay, there we go. And yeah. So here are, where did I put that? Okay, there you go. Here are the accomplishments of our president just in 1 year. And you would think people would applaud that. These are all good things. Yet, if you look over to the right there are some people that are not happy with that. And why aren't people not happy with that? I mean, that's a good thing. Sealed the border. Crime rate is down. Criminal illegal aliens secured Gaza's. He's got a ceasefire there. I mean, that's good. I mean, lower gas prices. That's good for everybody. Crime suppression in D.C. Another good thing. Stable unemployment and inflation. Although unemployment has ticked up a bit, but we'll talk about that in a sec. Record high military recruitment. That's a good thing. Lower taxes for hardworking Americans. How could anybody not be for that? NATO allies paying more for their defense. I mean, stop drug smuggling. I mean, these are all good things. You'd think people would. No, Trump did it. Trump did it, so they gotta be pissed off about it.
Well, and what is? Yeah, I just didn't comment on any of that because I like everybody there, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't get out of bounds. Although I did.
You kind of went over a little bit over on that one, but anyways,
I didn't call him stupid. I didn't call him idiot.
No, that's true. But
other friends that chimed in on it.
Yeah. Well, and hey, cool cat. The thing is a lot of the stuff, especially when it comes to the immigration thing, you go back and listen to the tapes of Obama, and you look at his record on immigration, and I mean, go back. They're talking about grabbing kids and putting them in pins, and all this stuff. Well, he built the ones that that they're using, and he did that worse than anybody. But go back to Epstein's buddy Clinton.
And grabbing that kid from Cuba,
that kid in the middle of the night, and like a bunch of fascist thugs. Funny, they weren't called fascist thugs back when they did that, though.
No, they weren't. But while ICE is going out trying to catch bad illegals doing some really bad stuff, like, I don't know, murder, rape, child trafficking, drug trafficking. So you think people would be happy that our government's going in and taking care of that? No, we got a media and some idiots that have people all riled up over nothing really.
It's just it's like they have nothing to talk about. They have not, in some ways they're a lot like we were back when Obama was president. We were in that, we've got a better plan for healthcare than the Obamacare. We've got something better. Okay, what is it? We didn't have anything, but we sure shouted from the rooftops that we did, but we didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And it's finally, when Trump started running, of course, everybody thought it was a joke at first, and then but we had to regroup. We had to rebuild our brand. And and I mean, we're taking some hits now, but it's not so bad. I mean, well, if you listen,
that's right.
You're right, Bill. He did. He presented Tom Homan, the distinguished executive. Yeah. So I mean, it's because of Donald Trump. And they don't have anything else. That's the problem. They're instead of spending so damn much time on protests and on regurgitating the same shit, why don't they sit down and let's
have
solve
their
some
own
of these problems? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, or sit down with us and all right, if you don't like what we got, how about giving us a suggestion, and let's see.
Yeah.
It was called compromise. That's the way it used to work.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Clinton, after the contract with America kicked in, he had to sit down and compromise with those people. Yeah, you're right. Those,
3 billion. I think there's an extra.
yeah, yeah. He put an extra zero there, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, but still, I mean, we're doing things that they did 10 years ago, but now it's the only like the Trump derangement syndrome, that's turned into a real thing because that's
Yeah.
seems to be where these people are going, and it's being perpetuated and pushed by our damned news outlets, our media
News. Yep.
outlets.
Well,
Because
I mean, it goes along with the Russia hoax.
yeah, oh
It's-
yeah, yeah,
that goes all the way back to Obama and Hillary Clinton because they were convinced Hillary was going to win. And then when she lost, well, we got to do something. We got to do something to derail this presidency.
oh yeah, and if you listen
have a
to
coup.
the tapes to those two people that were talking, two lovebirds, that we'll get him out of office, and or he'll never take the office, he'll never make it to the inauguration. We got something that this will stop him, and it just, and this time they didn't have any other ideas, so they stirred people up so that they would try to assassinate him,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and it's
That's
just they don't have anything, that's the biggest problem. They just don't.
Mhm.
And they don't. Apparently, the far left now is, I mean, because man, 50 years ago, the far left wouldn't have got this far,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
that's right. And
I'm still here, but I'm going off.
yeah, I was going to touch about the unemployment rate. Last month it did tick up a little bit, but the kicker is it was mostly white collar jobs, and those were lost due to AI and robots.
Yep.
But the deal is those people will get jobs in other sectors, or who knows, maybe they'll start a business.
Or they might retrain and become operators of AI, help, because AI's got to have somebody running it,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what I've been doing. I've been playing around with AI. And speaking of AI, I made a little a video of our illustrious friend Lloyd Mendenhall.
Well, now, this is a fine clay predicament, but I reckon it's kind of fun. Stick around, y'all.
Upper teeth that look that good. Yeah. Yep. If only I had those upper teeth to look that good, but I will eventually.
Yep. I mean, I've been having fun with Grok AI, and here's one I did on Lon Denard.
I can't believe this is happening again. This is ridiculous. I'm so over it. Unbelievable.
That was pretty good.
Uh-huh. And I also, what was that one that I did? Oh, yeah, here's one. This is, watch.
That's what she said. Really? Not to you. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's this one.
That's what she said. Not to you.
Yeah. AI's got its uses. Right now, It's being used for a lot of fun, but and the thing is, the AI can be used with with other things to help develop it or push it along,
Right.
uh, or
Mhm.
help shorten processes in doing things,
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
yeah,
back when I was in school, we actually had to go to the library and do some research on the papers. And
well,
now
yeah,
all you have to do is go to ChatGPT. But here's the thing about ChatGPT is sometimes you get wrong information. So
yeah,
you have
yeah,
to set up parameters to make sure
right.
that doesn't happen. So kids, you know, I had to write it down by hand. And fortunately for me, we had a thing called word processors
Ah,
at the school library in college.
yeah.
So I take my
Oh,
papers,
in
type
college, yeah.
down, and it would correct my grammar and stuff like that. And now all you have to do is go to AI and say, write me a report on dog farts, something like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Well, I did a college paper. Oh, I forgot what the hell it was about even. But my punctuation was always bad.
yeah,
But I wrote like I talked. Now at that time I didn't speak hillbilly. I was still using my Midwest accent, you know. So I didn't have the y'alls and you bless their hearts and shit like that in there. So but yeah, uh I wrote this we first off we had to hand in a rough draft.
right,
It had to be so many pages, and that was
hmm
front and back. Had to, we say a page, we're talking front and back.
right,
And so I gave it to my English it was in my English, I think it was in one of my composition classes, and I gave it to her, and, they and it when it's part of your grade because this this whole theme term paper covered the whole year, you had the it was the main part of it was half your grade, and
right,
each section was of that was a portion of the total half, So I got a B on my rough draft, and she called me in. And she says, uh, I wanted to talk to you." She says, "You got a B because your content and your a bit." She says, "This was." She says, "Let's be honest, your punctuation sucks." I said, "Oh, I know that." Now, mind you, I'm an older student because I was already raising teenagers. I went back to school after I went to back to finish out my college after I got out of the service. So I'd already, so I was
GI Bill.
average. Yeah. And it'd been a few years since I'd been in high school. So, anyways, she says, but she says, reading your paper, your rough draft, she says that was the most relaxing thing I had to do because she'd been grading all of these and had, stacks of them,
Yeah,
in all of her different classes. She says, you may not have had the punctuation, but she says you write like you talk. And that made it understandable. You
mhm,
leave gaps in there, you'll put a period at the end, but if there's supposed to be a comma there, what you do is you actually leave a little gap so that you read the word, stop, and then start over, you know. And
mhm,
so my punctuation was terrible, but I could still uh and we didn't and that was all handwritten, and then we had to do
yeah,
the final one, we had to type it out. So
yeah.
uh and you had to use
Manual or electric typewriter?
uh electric.
That's
Well,
good.
it didn't matter whatever you wanted to do it
Yeah.
on. But we
Hmm.
didn't have at that time when the computers were not,
Yeah,
you know, they
they didn't
they
have
were
word processors.
yeah, well, they were just starting, but they weren't available because this is 1983. It's when
Okay. Yeah.
so it wasn't too long before we had the home computer. A couple of more years down the road, we started getting in the home computer, and I think the Apple IIc was already out. Yeah, because the Max came out in like '84 is the first time I saw one.
Right.
After I got out of college, after I graduated college, then I wanted to extend my computer training, and I actually went to the Apple store to learn Apple DOS. You know,
Oh,
so
okay.
they
Cool.
they taught a course in that. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I didn't have all that, and these kids, nowadays they just and that's been some of the problems because they're actually getting AI to write their term papers,
Oh
and now
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
teachers are, it's, and
Yeah,
I said, you know,
teachers have programs that could sniff out an AI.
AI, yeah,
But
yeah,
now, for the students, they could turn around and tell it, the computer or the AI, to
right,
write in their writing style. And that makes it
yeah,
more,
yeah. I mean, AI can be used for certain things, but back then, we had to make bibliography cards
yes,
that went
that's
with your papers. You had to have, and then you had to have a bibliography at the end of it. And
yep. Hmm.
it was there was a lot to go into a term
Yeah.
paper, and I did,
Table of contents.
yeah, table of contents, yeah, I
Mhm.
did, I've done 4 of those. The last one was a dissertation, and it was kind of a nightmare. And that dissertation took me a year to write. So
Wow.
because it was going for a doctorate level program for a PhD.
Okay.
But or in my case a THD.
Uh,
But but uh these kids nowadays, but this goes back to what I've been saying, and you and I have talked about this at nauseum, and I've been saying it for a long time on my YouTube channel. Is it is taking away our ability to be creative on our own. It's making us lazy in our
mm,
creativity. I said this about when they started doing this with videos, and I mean, 90% of what you're getting off of YouTube now, these stories that they're
oh,
telling is, and there's some of them, man, you're sitting there listening to it, and well, that guy's a pretty good guy. He sounds pretty good, but then they say a word like
yeah.
lived, and they said lived,
Yeah.
and
Live. Yeah.
or uh, there you'll hear. I heard one today. I was listening
Oh,
to
instead of bass, they say base.
hey, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one.
I went and
Anytime
caught
we
a
have
fish
Yeah, yeah, anytime, let's see,
or a bait. Yeah.
right,
Uh,
bass or base, yeah, yeah.
hmm.
But anytime there's words that are spelled alike, 90% of the, 2 words spelled the same, but with different
Hmm.
pronunciations and meanings, 90% of the time the AI gets it wrong.
Hmm. Yep.
'Cause it's like they don't look at the context.
Right.
This guy was out in his boat and he was fishing for a bait.
Hmm.
Now, why in
Yeah.
the hell would you be looking out in the middle
Oh,
of the
maybe
water?
he was a musician.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's silly shit like that. And it's making I mean, these kids nowadays, they don't, and I ain't got a lot of room to talk because I speak so much hillbilly, but they don't, they don't have proper enunciation, pronunciation, or grammar in the way they talk. And it
Right.
shows in the way they write. And that's what my English teacher told me. She says, you can talk Okie all day long, but you better write English. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, these kids nowadays, hell, even the teachers don't speak proper English anymore. I mean,
Oh,
we're getting ready to come into a generation of teachers that never learned longhand or cursive writing.
right.
We're getting to that point. That
Yeah.
That's
That's
okay.
like.
When the revolution comes, we'll be able to pass notes that nobody else can read.
that is
Yeah.
true.
There
That
you
is
go.
true. Yeah,
Yep. Hmm.
but I mean, that's what we're looking at in AI has, and I'm not totally anti AI. I mean, there's parts of it like what you're doing that's entertaining, but
Yeah.
and you're putting work into it. You're making it do what you're telling it what you
Yeah.
want to do. So there is creativity in that. And let me get this real quick. But yeah, so but overall, there's a lot of laziness
Mm.
that, or we're going to be losing a over the
Right.
period of time, and creativity because we've gotten lazy.
Mhm.
I mean, and personally, I think we're at the point now. I kind of wish we'd get rid of the writers guilds that are writing all these damn shows and let AI do it because I think they do a better job.
I was just going to talk about that and get rid of some of these actors too, because
Well,
then we don't have to hear them pontificating at awards because we won't need awards because all this stuff
we don't need
is
awards now.
yeah
I mean,
all that is patting each other on the back,
you know, they're talking about social changes and helping the poor and all this. If they took all the money they spent on them damned award shows and used it to help the homeless in Los Angeles,
There you go.
quit doing the award show. Take the money that you're wasting on those
Mhm.
back padding, syncopaths, and just spend it on the homeless,
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
God,
right.
because there's hundreds of thousands of dollars that go into those shows.
Well, they could employ some of those homeless to make those statues.
Yeah,
Run the machine that makes those
yeah,
statues.
yeah. I'll bet you anything. Most of those Oscars come from China, anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Hey,
uh,
Ronnie.
but yeah, it's like I said, we don't
Yeah,
need the award
like
shows.
you
We could do
said.
without that. And I think we're losing a lot of we're going to, we're not yet. Cause right now everybody's using AI to create stuff
Right.
and finding it, but there has to be something there to start with. But at some point,
Oh,
uh,
you know what? I think AI could do a hell of a lot better job than garbage that's coming out on Starfleet Academy. Oh God, this
yeah,
latest episode is like, oh, I'm glad I didn't have to watch that. It's just like it's pure rubbish,
right.
and it's like we'll be talking about that on tomorrow night's show where I do
Right.
a segment called Trek Talk, and we'll talk about what's going on at Starfleet Academy and
Yeah.
Kurtzman, he's the guy running the show, and how it's all a bunch of, emasculating DEI crap is what it is.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just spend it on homeless hell, spend it on me. Yeah, you're right, Bill. They could spend it on us,
Mhm.
you know. Uh, Yeah, I did see today, Robert Picardo did a
Oh,
show
yeah. It was
going
out on a
where this is
boat.
where Starfleet Academy is at, and you're
Yeah,
talking
this is Horseshoe Bay.
about
Yeah,
yeah, Horseshoe Bay, which is the home of Starfleet Academy.
yeah.
Yeah.
In
Th
3200.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thought that was kinda fun.
Yeah, that was cute. But
Yeah, I've actually got to meet him and talk with him, so he's, back in my Trekkie days when I was going to the conventions, but
mhm,
before they got too damned outlandish, my god.
right. Well, I
Yeah.
will show a couple more videos here. Here's one. This is kind of a Halloween version of me.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to my spooky clay world. Let's have some fun with these wiggly bones.
And if you're into rock and roll, here's my good friend Scotty Brown.
Come on, feel the fire. Let the music take you higher. Rock the night, feel the might.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's see.
Hey, Hazel, did you see the latest Starfleet Academy? Whoa! Glitter vomit! Oh, Hazel. Hey, Hazel, what are your thoughts? I've seen better fan produced videos than Starfleet Academy. Hey, Hazel, what are your thoughts? Klingon in a skirt is just stupid. Stupid! That's ridiculous! Hey, Hazel, what are your thoughts?
Chancellor A can't sit like a normal adult. How moronic.
Really? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, hey, getting back to, I don't know, politics or the news, you
Oh.
heard about Prince Andrew, right?
Yes, that's right. He's in big
Been
trouble.
arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
he's been arrested.
he's been arrested and just released. And yeah, so he's in deep doo-doo over this Epstein.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit of, it's not, well, it is the Epstein files, but it has more to do with what he did as their envoy when they're
Envoy for the
Yeah.
royal family. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it was for the country. It was
Yes.
importers or whatever, forgot what
Mhm.
his particular title. But yeah, in which it came out that he was, like somebody said, what are the top secret things that he gave away to Jeffrey Epstein, and why would Epstein need him? The only thing it had to do with business, and I could see maybe he was maybe he was telling them good business investments in England. I don't know,
Right.
but
Mhm.
it's got some other problems too, because if of course they've gone and they raided all of his places, that and picked up, taken in his computers and laptops, all that shit,
Mhm.
and all his electronics. The problem is at one point he was living in Buckingham Palace and he was having some of these young gals brought in there,
Ooh.
or there's a possibility. And if that's
Wow.
the case, who knew about it in the royal family and allowed that to happen? And that makes them complicit with that side of things. And this could potentially, bring the downfall of the royal family,
Yeah.
just,
Wow.
I mean, because they're, I think everybody was hoping Charles would serve for a year or two and then step down and resign and give it to William. But
William.
now, if it turns out that all this was going on and William was aware of it too, well, now you're talking about,
Oh boy.
we don't know. And
Yeah.
I think that's why Charles is distancing himself from it so far. Yeah.
Mhm.
Distancing, that's a hard word to say without no teeth, I can tell you.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Epstein files, I noticed another tactic when I put that list of Trump's accomplishments. Somebody had to come up with, what about the Epstein files?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump's all over it. Now you go, well, he's the one that blew the whistle.
He's the one that, he's the one that did, yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Ronnie put up there, speaking of the Epstein's list, it's crazy that Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon were raided and investigated and euthanized before anyone on the Epstein's client list. Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
They why they did that, I mean, to me, that was just wrong.
Yeah.
And
But
yeah, the Epstein files, it's come back on, it's come back to bite Andrew anyways. And
yeah,
I have an idea that eventually it will get the Clintons,
yeah, I think the Clintons are going to be. That's why they don't want to testify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they swear under oath and then more things come out, now
Yeah.
they've lied to Congress, and they can be held in contempt.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
hell, they could be arrested for perjury.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I don't understand how that works, because that's Congress, but they're not a court of law. They're not part of the Justice Department. and lying to Congress. I don't know that. I guess that falls under civil matter rather than
that's
judicial.
what got Clinton impeached.
Yeah.
Under oath. Yeah. All he had to do was say, "Man, so I diddled that girl." That would have been the end of it. There wouldn't have been an impeachment. There'd be a lot of people screaming and hollering.
Yeah, well, it goes to say Richard Nixon, all he had to do was say, okay, I mentioned that. I didn't expect him to do this. I'm not saying that, it's just those guys did something on my behalf that I didn't necessarily, the idea might have seemed like a good idea on paper, but I didn't think they'd actually do it or something like that. Instead, he denied all of it, and that was his downfall. That whole 8-minute. I wonder if they ever found that 8 minutes.
I don't know that. Shit. If you think about that, that's almost 60 years ago, 50 plus years ago.
Oh yeah, about 55 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Because
that was in 1972 election is when that was.
Yep.
And I don't know if that happened in the summer of 72 or if the summer of 71 when it first started. But I think it was summer of 72.
Yeah.
Is when that break-in, or sometime. I can't remember when that happened. But again, but then Bill Clinton didn't, he got impeached, but he was never convicted. So
right, yeah. So I
depending on what the meaning of word is,
yeah. So I just thought how funny that somebody would mention that because they couldn't refute anything, any one of those points, that Trump did.
Yeah.
Except one guy said, he didn't do any of those,
I'm not going to make fun of them because, everybody's, from their point of view and what, for whatever news agencies they're listening to or media groups that they're listening to, they may see that as a problem. And here's another thing that's in the news. CBS.
Yeah.
And the FCC.
About this Colbert couldn't have a certain candidate. Well, here's what CBS did. They said, all right, you can have this person on, but then you have to have Jasmine Crockett on. Oh. So he's turning it around like he's being censored.
Yeah, but he wasn't,
It's just a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of bullshit.
It goes back to, and that's a rule that's been in place equal time. That's what caused some of the problem. That's why they got sued over editing Kamala's statements,
right?
Because they were giving her a fair view of things instead of it wasn't fair and balanced, anyways. But yeah, the rule's been in effect since the 1950s. Late 1950s. Under Dwight Eisenhower.
Yeah, because television was like a brand new medium then.
Yeah. And even radio, what they were doing is
radio had been around for quite a while.
But there needed, and radio was used a lot for pushing certain agendas. So
I think they also had a fairness doctrine.
All broadcast, whether it be video or audio, falls under that. So it's they're making it out like it, and CBS says, hey, that's fine, but you got to have this other people that are running against your guest. They've got to have it too.
Yeah. That's right. Kuala Lumpur, Peace Corps. Yeah. Thailand
and Cambodia.
Yeah.
And that fight's been going on since the 70s.
Oh, off and on
Yeah,
for a long time. Yeah.
yeah.
There
It's
was
some
a
of the spillover from the Vietnam War, I think. Some of
right.
the
Hmm. Yep.
'cause
So
yeah,
yeah, so that's what's going on, and what else? Anything? We got a company moving out.
right.
Oh, another bill that's going through the Colorado legislature is but if you need a new barrel for your pistol or rifle, you have to get it through an FLL, like
Yeah,
federal,
FFL, Federal
yeah,
Firearms License Dealer. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, where before you didn't have to do that. Only receivers you had to do that with.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Be-
uh,
It's just another way to control
firearm sales. Yeah,
firearm sales and
yeah,
manufacturing. It's like,
yeah. It's. I mean, I unless I knew the guy and I knew how good his work was, I wouldn't go to Billy Bob down on the corner that has a machine, a metal lathe that makes his own barrels.
right.
Not if I'm going to
I
go
know
someplace.
what the metallurgy of the barrel is.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll go to Dunham's or Academy, you
yeah.
know, and
There
buy
we go. Yeah,
because
go to the gunsmith school. Denver's got one. Yeah.
well, I mean, we've got but we've got Academy Sports and Dunham Sports, and they sell guns. They sell parts for guns. Yeah,
Douglas barrels you could buy if you know. That's how
yeah,
I built that 6mm rifle that I sold
right.
several years ago. Yeah. And yeah.
So I
So
don't know whether it's uh, yeah. I mean, federal firearms licensing yeah. I'd heard that too. That they were planning on nominating Trump for Nobel Peace Prize.
hmm yeah.
Not that he'll get it because
Well,
uh,
didn't that gal from Venezuela give him hers? Yeah.
she
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
She did. Yes.
So
Mm.
just the nomination will be enough to send the left into an insane tailspin.
Oh
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, because he made peace between warring countries, but the way Nobel made all of his money was by dynamite, TNT,
Dynamite. Yep. Yeah, which was
weapons.
used in the military
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kill people. Yeah.
yeah. It was he designed it. That's what it was. He designed explosives. Uh,
Explosives. They
I think he held the patent on TNT. I think that was his
yeah,
big.
TNT done dirt cheap. Uh, and also cordite. I believe they manufactured cordite
Yeah,
for a while, which
yeah. Because
those celluloids. Yeah.
right. Because I mean that's where he got all his money way back when, and then he decided,
Oh,
I guess after I don't know which war it was, but one of the wars, so he thought it was too devastating, so he stopped making that, or he sold out his shares to somebody else. I don't remember the whole story, and he dedicated that to philanthropy and dedicated his name to uh, the Peace Prize, or the Nobel Prize, whether it be for peace or for, now,
like chemistry,
yeah,
physics.
now you can get a Nobel Prize if you can actually record at normal speed, or do a high speed recording and drop it down to a slow speed, and so you can hear a mosquito fart. But
Mhm.
they'll give them out for anything.
Well, speaking of mosquito fart, we just passed 1 hour. I wanted to mention something before we go. Tomorrow night is Art Code Drones and Entertainment. Well, the channel has just passed 1 million views.
Wow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Sweet.
1 million views. So
Yeah.
trudging along and still cranking out material. You know, because of AI, I think it's made me more productive because I go back and I could take
Yeah.
string it together and make a video out of it.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, it is. You know, you're being. It
I
cuts
just saw
down the
a mouse
production time.
behind you. I
The
saw a
what?
mouse. I just saw a mouse run across the floor behind you.
Behind me?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
ran. Went from. Let's see. Yeah, it went the
Yeah.
other way.
Yeah. Well, if
Oh,
I had that light, normally I shut that light off back there so you can't see back there. But yeah.
oh man, you were talking. I'm like, oh shit, you got a mouse that just zipped across.
Yep.
Where
I
are
have.
your effing dogs that are supposed to kill those little bats?
They're taking a nap right now, the little
Oh
bastards.
boy, good job. Get a cat.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks guys. You did a wonderful job. Fun show. See you tomorrow night over at Artco Drones and Entertainment and Bill's show on Saturday. And Lloyd's most of the time on Monday.
On Monday,
Yeah. Take care, everybody. God bless. Good night.
Good night, folks.
Bye, everyone.
Don't forget, tune in to Artco Drones and Entertainment live stream for more exciting content every Friday night at 5 p.m. Mountain Time.